Stories, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, you join me here at Snowman86 and we are on Catline Crops. So today we are just going to move a few bulls around. We need to sell them up and we should be loading up there, I think. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me have one quick look. Oh, we have loaded up. So we're taking 5 bulls down to the mart. These will be sold and we'll be bringing back 5 fresh young ones. So hopefully we'll turn a small little profit from that whole experience. And once we're back, then we have one field left to work. We have all our wheat in the ground and planted, so we just have one field left, which is the big field over here on the right hand side. That is alongside the BGA. That's the one we need to work on. And then we have seeding of maize to take place. So we're about a week on from when we finished planting. So we probably have another. Oh, wow! Not sure what's going on there. Our throttle seems to be sticking somewhat on, I think. We'll have to figure that out. But as I say, we'll get here first and we'll sell the bulls. So hopefully this doesn't cause us to have any old accidents. We nearly got a rabbit. So it seems to be better. So it's been a while since we've been on, guys. Just been busy doing things in real life, unfortunately, and sometimes the old gaming needs to take a backseat. But we're back here for this one, and hopefully we can kind of get back to some bit of, I won't say normality, but some bit of a regular recording again. In the meantime, we have had the Giants drop the Farm Sim 2022 trailer, so it's releasing this year. I believe kind of probably around November-ish, October, in around that time. Seems to be their standard kind of release dates, but I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm disappointed for one. Now I know it's only a first impression that I've seen so far. But in terms of features and adding on to the original gameplay that we have, I don't think I've seen a whole pile of it. I might be wrong. I know they've incorporated seasons into the game and a couple of other things, but so far from what I've seen, it seems to be mainly kind of mods that they've just kind of swallowed up into the game. I don't think we're going to get too much in terms of the terrain like is in this game, or even the likes of spin tires or snow run or anything like that. We won't see anything like that, which is a shame. I think that's really something they need to work on. So early impressions for me, I'm not sold on it. It's going to be hard pushed. Don't get me wrong, I'm not beating up on Farm Sim. Well, I am really, I suppose. But I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination this game is perfect either. It does have its flaws. Like the multiplayer in Farm Sim is just so effortless at this stage. They've it down to a fine tea. Whether this game, it'll be interesting to see how they implement it with having multiple farms and silos and all this good stuff. So we'll have to see how that works. Sweet, we made a nice bit of money there. So there's pros and cons to each game, but I think when they took the extra year for their design process that they were claiming they were taking extra time to make it that bit better, I think it got a lot of people's hopes up, and yeah, so far I'm not sold. That's all I'm going to say in it. Don't want to say any more because I could be proved wrong, and I hope I am proved wrong. I would gladly retract this statement if I am proved wrong, but so far I just don't see it happening. Even the precision farming, when I think back to Farm Sim 15, we had soil mod, if anybody remembers that, and for me, nobody at this game gets close to it, but actually probably this game is probably as good as that soil mod was, in terms that you really have to work your NPK levels, you have to look after your pH in the field. It just brought so much more to the game. And this is the first game that I've seen that kind of gameplay brought back into it. And we're talking 2015, 2016 there for that game. So we're talking 6 years-ish. And that mod was way ahead of its time. So, and even the precision farming that's in Farm Sim these days, it's just not the same, I think, personally. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens. I know there's a lot of people bigging it up, and that's fine. But for me personally, I'm just not sold on it yet. As I say, the best aspect so far is it is a pretty looking game, and the multiplayer. After that, in terms of, I understand it has all these great brands and stuff, but even their in-game tractors and implements are fairly kind of standard. I think any game that I played, I don't think I've ever used, bar maybe when you first buy the game, an in-game tractor. It's normally a modded tractor because it has extra features, extra functionality, and it's just more fun to play with something that's more interactive. And that's where this game has it. It has the clickable cabs and stuff, which is, it's just better. So I mean, we have a working four-wheel drive in the base of this game, whether for Farm Sim it's there, but you need a mod to implement it. I do believe it's kind of built into the game, but as I say, you just need that mod to get it to be able to turn on and off. So again, it's just these small little things. Cruise control, notice, or not even cruise control is one thing. I suppose you have 3 different options here on the cruise control. You have 1, 2 and 3, so you can set different speeds for different jobs, whether I think in Farm Sim it's just 1. I think now again there might be a mod there that you can extend it, but another one is GPS. It's just a simple little thing, but you have to wait for somebody to mod it into the game. Whether here we have it off the bat. So it's all these little things. Now, as I said, this game, Cattle Crops, isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It still has a long way to go to get to this, a level where it probably can dominate the scene. Oh, we're going to get that rabbit. But do I see it getting there at the current rate? I do. I know they're working on multiplayer. It'll be interesting to see how they implement it, as I say, in terms of having maybe 2 or 3 different farms on a map and everybody working together. Or will it just be as it is now, kind of one farm, and everybody just kind of chips in on that one farm, which is fine too, because multiplayer does make a game a lot more interactive. You have life in the fields, and it's nice to see. So we have a lot to look forward to. But all I can hope is that the two of them kind of push each other on to do better and greater things, because at the end of the day, the more competition in the market, the better it is for us, the gamer and the player, because we will see the benefits of that competition. So fingers crossed I'm proved wrong, and Giants kind of get the finger out and get going. That's my 2 cents on it, for what it's worth. So we're just rolling back into the yard here now. We won't harp on about it much more now. So we're just going to land back here in the shed. Don't ask me why it's wanting to drive itself. I think my throttle pedal is starting to play up. But we're just going to unload. Well, that was loud. We're just going to unload him here into the pin, and then we have an empty pin already set up for him. So if we jump in here, we go to stock. And if we go to barn, so all these bad boys can go to barn 4. 5. So that's barn 4 full again, and we are up. We started on 27.5. I think we sold or we bought, and we dropped down to 23.6, and after selling we're back up to 36.8. So we're making nice money on the bulls, and I think if we check our weight, so I think we'll have another load to go soon enough. And the answer is yes, we do. So there is another load to go there. And in fairness, we probably have we got enough bulls to buy another load? Ooh, we do. So I think that's what we're going to do here today. Where are we going? We're going to go price. It's priced up. We want to go price down. Yeah, so we're going to buy 5 more. Excellent. And if we go to our stock, well, we want to go back to weight. Gets a bit confusing. So we have these bad boys. He is in the farm pasture. Nope, that is wrong. Sorry, he's in barn 1. So we're going to transfer him. They all seem to be coming out of barn 6 at the moment. So we're going to transfer, and if we get one more in barn 6, there he is. We're going to oh, he's in barn 1. Where is... There he is, barn 6. So we're going to push him to barn 1, and that should leave... Oh, what have I done? Oh, I think I broke it. Nope. So don't know what that was about. We're just going to go load. We should have another 5 animals in the trailer. So we have 5 in. Sweet. So we'll take off. You'll notice our money's down to 32.3. So we'll sell these 5, and we should be into the 40s, which is fantastic. Because the more money we can gain doing things like this, the better it is for us, because we can eventually get more land, more money, and it's a constant cycle. The bigger we get, so once we get to that stage where we'll need a bigger tractor, which I'm hoping will be sooner rather than later, and we can afford it, we'll probably end up with the Deutz, which isn't a bad little tractor. And once we do that, we'll probably, will we sell one of one we have? It's hard to call. We could get rid of the smaller class that we currently have, but we then would have to replace our front loader. So lots of decisions to be made. What way do we go about it? We could take out another big loan again, but not a fan of being in debt. It's hard enough being in debt in real life without having to be in debt in game. So we'll try and avoid that if we can. But we're just going to shoot back down to the yard, and then we'll do a quick recap on our fields, and we'll probably call it a day then. As I say, we still have 1 field left to cultivate, and that's just to get it ready for planting maize. You know, we want to get up here a little bit. I'm going to start playing the game on ×3. I think it's just a little bit more realistic for time spent in field. The more time I spend inside in this MB track, it's just a nice tractor. It's got a nice sound to it. I don't think we have the biggest engine in it. I think we're sitting at 130ish, around that. I think it goes to 180 off my memory. And how many hours have we got on it? We have... Can't quite read the old can't quite read the old hour clock there. Oh, we never checked for traffic, but we're going to book it. There was a van coming there. So we'll put it up here in a minute and we'll just have a little look to see if we can see how many hours we have on this tractor. I do believe they have a working hour gauge now on each of them. So we'll park up, hit our handbrake so we don't roll forward. And while we're selling our bulls, I can't quite make that out. It looks like a 7, but meh. Is it anywhere else? The level of detail is just nice in these tractors. Don't think I see it anywhere else. Nope. Well, we'll roll away forward. And for those eagle-eyed viewers, you'll see we're up at now 45,500. So we've done quite well out of this whole transaction. We're up to bones of 20,000 all in, which I'm quite happy with. While we're loading up here, actually, we'll quickly shoot around, check our fields. So we own field 10. We have nothing in at the moment. That is going to be... So the way our layout is working at the moment is our 2 new fields we bought, we've gone straight into wheat. Around the farm here, these 4 fields are wheat. And then everything back here is going to be maize, and maize in this big one, and the one here by the BGA is also going to be maize. With a bit of luck, if I can afford one somewhere else, I don't know, I don't think I can afford that anyway off the bat. 62,000, nope. And this one is even more, it's 140 something, so yeah, realistically we're going to be aiming at this one maybe, or we could push out back here somewhere. Smaller fields, a little bit cheaper. So yeah, we have a few options close to the farm. We have these 2 here as well that we can always look at. What kind of money are we looking at? 60,000 again, 46. So maybe that might be doable, but the idea would be to eventually kind of block it, that we end up with cereal crop on this side, maize on this side, and then we rotate so it just gets easier. But at the moment we're kind of sticking the 2 big fields back into maize again, just because I do think we will need it. But the more fields we get, the easier that process should become. So we are going to run back to the farm here quickly and offload our second load of bulls for the day. And as I say, then we're left with just, we're very low in the cab, we're left then with just field work to do, as I say, and we will get that done. We will look to be planting maize here probably in another probably now this we're, oh, it's actually Paddy's Day in game, so happy Paddy's Day, folks. But we will look to probably within the next week start planting our maize crops. Maybe a bit more than a week. We'll see, probably towards the end of March, start of April. Hoping we'll be warm enough, and that then should tie us into a late September, early October harvest. While also our cereal crops should be off the field in end of August, start of September. So we've kind of planted to a more realistic timescale instead of just banging it in the ground and kind of getting to June, July and it being done. We've looked at the crops. They each have like a growing window of a certain amount of days, and we've worked off that. So I can only hope I did my maths right. Knowing me, I probably didn't. Oh, that van took a big detour. That's also something I like, the traffic here. I'll aim for this one again. Oh, that guy didn't do it, but the traffic is more active in this map as well, or in this game. If you're aiming at it, it will look actively to get out of your way. It won't look to blow you across the road. And it does kind of detect you a lot better, although it can still scare you at times. So I think, guys, we will call it here for the day. As I say, when we get back in, we might show a little bit of the field work on the next one, but the main one we'll be aiming for is the maize seeding. And then we'll be back into looking after our fields in terms of sprays and adding some fertilizer here and there just to make sure we hit our values. Nothing coming that way, nothing coming that way. So that's it, guys. I've been Snowman86. This has been Cattle and Crops. And as always, guys, thanks very much for watching. And let me know what you think about Giant's efforts at releasing Farm Sim 22. Whether you agree or disagree, leave me know in the comments, guys, and I'll do my best to respond to all of you. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much. See you all again. Take care.